Welcome to my kitchen, friends. Today I'm making a delicious chicken dinner, an answer to your what's for dinner tonight question. We're using boneless chicken breasts to make a Mediterranean chicken dinner that comes together in 30 minutes or less. It's full of delicious flavors. There's spinach in this, artichoke hearts, capers, and sun-dried tomatoes. What's not to love? And the first thing we need to do is to cut our boneless chicken breasts into cutlets. You can skip the step of cutting your chicken breasts into cutlets by buying already cut chicken breasts from your grocery store, but the cost differential is amazing. You'll need about 6 ounces of baby spinach. If the stems are long and they annoy you, take the time to remove the stems. These are nice little tiny leafed baby spinach. You're also going to need a can or a jar of artichoke hearts. And these are not marinated, but if you had marinated, that would be okay. Just drain them. You'll need about 2 to 3 tablespoons of capers. I so love capers. If you love capers, add a little more. If you don't have capers, you can use some chopped olives. You're just going to want that briny, yummy flavor. You're also going to want about 1/4 cup of sun-dried tomatoes cut into julienne strips. Now you can either buy them cut into the julienne strips or sometimes they come in larger pieces. This one is in larger pieces and I'll be cutting them into the julienne strips. So you want about 1/4 cup to add. Oh, this is where you're getting the distinctive Mediterranean flavor that you are going to really love. You'll also use 4 or 5 or 6, depending on how garlicky you like your food. I'm going to use 4 large cloves of garlic today that I'm going to crush. And also I'm using 2 ounces of white wine to wilt my spinach, and it's going to add just a little bit of delicious acidic flavor that you're going to not want to miss. If your cutlets are uneven, take the step of pounding them out so you have a flat, even surface and they will cook evenly for you. Also, take a minute and just add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper and then set it aside so that the chicken cutlets have just a couple minutes in order to have some flavor infused in them. Once you're ready to go, you're going to want to have all of your ingredients ready as well. There's not going to be any time for you to stop and chop or try to gather something up because this meal is just that quick for you to make. I'm starting with a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil in my 12-inch skillet over medium-high heat. I want to get a nice hot skillet before I start to brown my chicken breasts. My pan is hot. I'm ready to place my chicken into the pan, and it's just going to brown on each side. You can see that I've pounded my chicken into about 1/4 inch slices. I'll leave them about 2 minutes on each side in the pan. I'm going to lightly season the other side of my chicken with a little bit of salt and a little bit of fresh ground black pepper. My chicken is starting to brown. I just want it to be lightly browned. Flipping it so that the other side can get some color. Check your chicken breasts for doneness. These are a little over 165, so they're ready to take out of the pan. I'm going to remove them to a clean dish. To the same pan, I'm adding the sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I'm going to crush in the garlic. Now I want this to be garlicky, so I'm using 4 cloves of garlic. And I'm crushing my garlic because I don't want there to be large pieces of garlic in anyone's mouth. Stir that around. So fragrant. Now I'm adding the artichoke hearts. The capers. And the spinach. Once you have the spinach covering the pan, add either 2 ounces of water or white wine. Cover your pan, and you want your spinach to wilt. And now that the spinach is wilted, I want to just stir that around and return my chicken to the pan. Now this is just to warm the chicken. Also any juices that may have come from the chicken back into the pan. And then I like to cover my chicken pieces with the vegetable mixture. Turn off the heat. Put the cover back on the pan. And just let it sit for a couple of minutes to let the flavors meld together a bit. Mwah. I bet you'd like to know if you can make this dinner in advance. And the answer to that is absolutely yes. Since there's 2 distinctive steps in the process, one of cooking the chicken breasts and then the other of making the vegetable topping for it, you could absolutely make the chicken breasts ahead of time, refrigerate them, and then when you are ready to cook the meal, cook off the vegetable portion of the dinner, then bring the chicken breasts out of the fridge, nestle them into the vegetables, let them warm and meld with the flavors of the vegetables, and it'll be oh so delicious. That would even make it a dinner that you could make for many people. Could be a great weekend guest dinner. The first time that I had this dinner was at my sister-in-law's house. She made it for a group of people. However, she made it with salmon. It was delicious with salmon. And since that time, I have made this dish with salmon, with swordfish, and with chicken breasts. It's delicious any way you want to make it. One of the things that my sister-in-law does is she likes to substitute the sun-dried tomatoes with roasted red peppers that she cuts into julienne strips. It's delicious that way as well. So, as you can see, this is a very versatile, quick, delicious, and healthy meal that you can make for your family for a weeknight dinner or for guests.